Way back when I was a freshman in college, someone asked me what my favorite childhood television show was. And I had an answer for them. I knew what it was, but for the life of me, I could not think of the name of the show. I knew it had to do with people flying in a spaceship across space for a very long period of time, and that's about it. That's all I could really remember. I couldn't remember the name, couldn't remember any of the names of the characters to like look them up on Google. I couldn't remember anything. I knew there was a girl with rainbow hair. That was it. That was all I could remember to go on. I loved this show. It's about space, kids flying across the space, rainbow hair. I spent 2 hours on Google trying to find the name of the show. And finally, I found it. It was Space Cases, and all of these nostalgic memories just started flooding back. Space Cases was a science fiction show on Nickelodeon which aired in 1996 for 2 seasons. And then it was canceled. It was my first real foray into science fiction. I mean, I'd seen Star Wars, but this is something that I could follow along with and evolve with the show, and I loved it. It was hokey and campy, kind of like very early Doctor Who, and due to budget constraints, there were props from Are You Afraid of the Dark that they used in Space Cases because they didn't want to keep buying more stuff because they didn't have the money. Basically, there's a group of interplanetary misfits on this space academy that's orbiting Pluto. They see the ship appear sort of nearby, and they're like, let's go check it out. So all the kids go on board, and their teachers are like, where did the kids go? Oh, they went on the ship. Let's go get them before something bad happens. So they go on the ship, and then the ship takes off. The ship goes through this weird little rift, and then it comes out on the other side, and they do the calculations, and they are nearly 8 years from home, going at full speed. So no matter what, it's gonna take almost 8 years to get back to the Space Academy. Catalina had an invisible friend named Susie with whom she would carry on entire conversations. The crew members thought that Susie was completely imaginary, but Catalina was very, very stern on the fact that she wasn't imaginary. She was just invisible. She was there. She was just the only one that could see her. It turns out that Catalina was communicating with Susie, who was in another dimension, and then at the beginning of season 2, they switched places. Catalina was safely in Susie's dimension, and Susie was now in the show. I'm not ashamed to admit that Catalina was my very first childhood crush. The actress that played Catalina is Jewel Staite, who went on to play Kaylee in Firefly. But like I said, the series was canceled after 2 seasons. I have no idea why. This is such a fun show, and I really wish that there would have been at least some sort of ending. They never made it home. But yes, I was able to find all of this out just with space and rainbow hair for 2 hours on Google. I spent looking for this show, and I finally found it. And there are videos of it on YouTube. Go look it up. I'll include the intro down below, which I think I've watched close to 10 times today for inspiration for this video. It's so campy and bad and wonderful at the same time. Let me know in the comments down below, what are your favorite childhood television shows? I'm gonna go watch Space Cases. Bye! Space Cases was a science fiction